almost done. Whoop-ki-yay. So we are on episode 11, 38 millimeter. This is a busy episode. I feel like it's also one of the longer ones. It's pretty good. It's a pretty solid episode. It's just a lot's going on. So for starters, picks up right where the last episode left off, where we're now suddenly in a horror movie where it's Matt Murdock versus a small army of ninjas that are attacking this hospital. Long story short, scuffle happens, people die, they take the blood victims back to wherever it is they're going. Apparently they go there voluntarily, so some serious Stockholm Syndrome going on. Meanwhile, Karen, after almost dying from the previous episode and being saved by Frank Castle. I think I forgot to mention that particular fact. This episode brought to you sponsored by Pepsi, I wish. But anyway, so she decides that she's going to work Frank Castle more. Because what could I don't understand why Karen has the nerve to be surprised by any stupid thing, like any insane psycho thing that Frank Castle does. I do not get why she has the right to be surprised. I know she believes in his code of ethics and she wants to believe in him and all that stuff, but she really should not be surprised when, spoiler, he uses her as bait. Should not be surprised at all. Meanwhile, for reasons I quite frankly kind of forget, Frank Castle also starts looking for the blacksmith, so this inevitably leads to a combining of forces between Frank Castle and Daredevil. And Daredevil at this point has been so beaten down by everything else in the season that he's kind of convinced that, okay, maybe I'll go the Punisher's way just this once. So we'll see how that goes. That'll be interesting to see if it actually goes that way. But the Punisher, again, this feels like a good half of this feels like just a Punisher episode. And it works, because again, I forgot the actor's name, but the guy who plays the Punisher in this is so fucking good in this role that every action scene or just dialogue scene he is in is just so great, and it's so much fun to watch, and it really is just, it's a lot of, well, I don't want to say fun, but it's brutal, and it's a nice contrast to what Daredevil usually does. It's like the fancy spinny ninja kicks and all that stuff. Meanwhile, you have the Punisher over here going stab, 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 punch, 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 stab, stab. It's a good contrast, and it's especially brutal, especially after Karen and Punisher go to a diner where they think it's like to casually kill time. It turns out he set up a trap for the people that are working for the blacksmith that want to see Karen dead, and it leads to a pretty brutal fight scene. And then Punisher just starts beating the shit out of somebody with the back of a pistol, and you just look at the guy, like a chunk of his cheek is just falling off, and it's like fuck, gross. So all that happens. Meanwhile, Daredevil on the other side of things is going looking for the blacksmith's competition, because he's convinced if you find the competition, then you'll find the blacksmith. But turns out the competition is Madame Gao. She's back now too, and I kind of wish they did more with her, except just to talk more vague nonsense, more or less. So, I don't know, maybe they'll bring it back later this season. I don't know, we only have 2 episodes left, so I can't imagine them doing too much with her at this point in the game. But anyway, long story short, so Punisher and Daredevil end up on the ship together, and Punisher, let's be clear, Daredevil only shows up after Punisher's already killed everyone, because it turns out it's on this cargo ship in a pier. Punisher's already killed everyone. He's about to kill someone he believes to be the blacksmith. Daredevil comes in and stops him, saying he's not the blacksmith. Punisher is having none of his shit, and just literally just goes, ugh, like, are you fucking seriously back right now? Are you fucking kidding me? Leave me the fuck alone, dude. So they have a little scuffle, and shenanigans happen, and Punisher kind of distances himself from Daredevil, so Daredevil doesn't have to cross the killing line. So the Punisher are going to take on that burden, so we can go after the blacksmith, and yeah, more shooty stuff happens, and then it's kind of like, oh yeah, Elektra's in this show too, because she just shows up in the last act of the episode. I honestly, I completely forgot to mention her in the last episode, because she just has like a small handful of scenes in the last episode. Like, her plot line in the last episode was like so small and so inconsequential to everything else that was going on that I honestly just forgot it was there. And here I still kind of feel the same way about it. I know it's going to come back into play in the last couple episodes, but for now I'm just kind of like, okay, Elektra's still here. She's doing stuff. That's kind of neat, I guess. But I guess she has her little, I forget what you call it, like knifey things she has in the comics. So that's kind of cool. And now she's preparing for some kind of confrontation with Stick. So we'll see where that goes. So overall, like, I really like the Punisher team. Punisher's still a lot of fun. Matt Murdock, I feel... I'm kind of waiting to see what they do with Matt Murdock. Like, I'm not totally with him at this point in the game. Again, I feel like I'm kind of waiting for him to get his confidence back, or his bounce back. I don't know, I like him better when he's confident than I do when he's like this. So we'll see where that goes. And same goes for, like, the Elektra versus Stick thing. Really, the best scenes in this episode are the Punisher stuff. And that really makes this episode worth watching. But everything seems to be ramping up to some kind of grand finale. So let's just jump right in. Probably tomorrow, because it's like 11 o'clock at night right now, and I'm tired and I need to go to sleep because I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning every day now. But we will talk about it before we get to Luke Cage, and that'll be another series that takes me forever to finally watch all the way through because I gotta record these videos in between, and it gets kind of annoying. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you all in the next episode. Later.